After hernia surgery at 43, my weight went back up to 96 kilos. The recovery was slow, and I didn't recognize the guy that I was looking at in the mirror. So I went back to the exact system I'm about to show you. And 12 weeks later, I was 22 pounds down. After 25 years coaching, this is the thing I wish someone told me at 35. I'm going to show you why eating less is actually making you fatter after 40, and the system that fixes it. I'm Brett, 4 times Muay Thai and Kickboxing world champion. Let's get into it. Here's the thing. There's a pattern almost nobody ever names, and every single client I've ever worked with has been caught up in it. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why you keep crashing around week 6 of every diet you start, and what to actually do instead. So here's the deal. The math that most diets use was built for a 25-year-old college kid with clean recovery and zero responsibilities. And that's fine for them. But after 35, your cortisol's higher, your sleep is worse, your recovery is slower, your hormones are shifting, and life's just heavier than it used to be. Stacking the same plan that worked for a 22-year-old on top of all of that creates a depletion pattern. And nobody's ever really put a name to it, so I'll name it for you in about 90 seconds. But first, let me show you what it looks like in real life. Take Hein. He was training 6 days a week and going nowhere. His body wasn't broken, his system was. So we didn't add training, we just built a real system around the work he was already doing. And he lost 40 pounds in 16 weeks. Same gym sessions, totally different results. So look, if you've been doing the work and the results aren't matching the effort anymore, it isn't your discipline, the system is the problem, not you. Stay with me, the fix is coming in 90 seconds. So here's what's actually happening to you. You cut the calories all the way down to 1,200, you add 5 days of cardio, you're sleeping maybe 6 hours a night or less, and on top of all of that, you're in perimenopause or you're sitting in chronic stress. Now that's not a deficit anymore. That's depletion stacked on top of more depletion. Your body doesn't stop burning fat, it just burns it slower and it loses muscle alongside it. And the restriction becomes impossible to sustain because you're running on empty. We call this deficit stacking, cutting calories on a body that's already depleted. Nobody's ever put a name to what's been happening to you, but once you can see it, you can fix it. Take Christelle, 57, full menopause, and the scale wouldn't move. Everything in her was telling her to cut harder, and that was the exact wrong answer. So we did the opposite. We built her strength back first, and then did we create the deficit. In 12 weeks, she lost 4 inches off her waist, and the scale had only moved 11 pounds. But it was the inches that were telling the whole truth. That's why you keep crashing around week 6 and starting over a month later. It's not your willpower, the plan just stopped fitting the body you have now. The fix is the order. It's coming up next. So here's the system. It's called the 3-phase rebuild. 3 phases, strength training at least 3 times per week, the whole way through the program. That's the constant. The thing that does change between phases is the calories. First phase is fuel. 3 weeks, and the whole job of this is to find your specific maintenance calories. Not what an app tells you to eat, not what worked for your friend, your number, based on your body weight, and your actual activity level. So the way it works is we start you at a calculated maintenance number. We get your protein up to at least 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, and then we put you on 3 strength sessions a week. Then we just adjust week by week. If the scale's dropping too fast, we add calories. If it's climbing, we pull them back a touch. But by the end of the 3 weeks, your energy's back, the scale is stable, and you've nailed your real maintenance number. That number is the foundation. Everything else is built on it. Then phase 2 is the forge. Now you start to cut, but only slightly. Usually we work around about 20% below your maintenance number that you just found. You're losing fat slowly, maybe half to 1% of your body weight a week. We usually run this for about 6 weeks. Then we go back up to maintenance for 1 to 2 weeks. And that's the refeed. It lets your body recover and reset before you start the harder cut. Then phase 3 is the phase we call fire. This is where you push it. 25% below maintenance, sometimes 30, but mostly 25. We usually run this phase 4 to 6 weeks depending on the goal, and then you come back up to maintenance to settle. And that's the arc, depending on what you're chasing. As we run 12, 16, or 28 weeks, the longer protocols just have more of these deficit and refeed cycles built into them. Take Gabriel, business owner, 3 kids, almost no time. We didn't add hours to his week, same calendar he had before, we just gave him a different system. He lost 17.5 pounds in 12 weeks. And look, this isn't about becoming a different person. It's about being the mom or dad who doesn't have to fake the energy at school pickup. The partner who's actually present at 8 p.m. instead of already checked out on the couch. The version of you that fits the day you've already got, not a different life. Here's how it plays out on more of them. 2 more quick. Danae came to me with surgical menopause and 0 testosterone. In 12 weeks, she lost 16 inches off her body, and the scale had only moved 8 pounds. The inches that came off were telling the whole story. And it's not just women. Trevor, 68 years old, he dropped 25 pounds and eliminated 6 health issues at the same time. Different bodies, different stages, but the same system. So if you want to actually start this week, here's the move. Just one thing. Start by hitting a protein-heavy breakfast that pushes you towards your daily target. Most people 35 plus need 0.8 to at least 1 gram per pound of body weight across the day. If you don't know your maintenance number yet or your daily protein target, the guide has the calculator built in for you. Then on a Sunday morning, take all of your measurements, your scale weight, your centimeters, and your photos. Same time, same way, every Sunday. Track that for 7 days. Don't change anything else, just get those 2 things going. That's the first step of the fuel phase, and that's where everything starts. So look, most of the time, the system is the problem, not you. You don't keep failing the diet keeps failing you. If you want the free guide that walks you through the whole deficit stacking system, the calculator, the protein numbers, the strength sessions, the example weeks, the link is in the description. And if you want to see if FitFight's the right fit for you specifically, the link to book a call with me is there too.